Well, great morning. Oh my goodness, this morning. I wanted to pull some cards and look at the craziness of the MAGA crowd, whichever ones are left, that are living in Alice's fairyland of the Mad Hatter's Tea Party. And it's, what are these people smoking? You know, they're just, where do you get your news? I get it from Newsmax. What do you think of the Ukraine war? They don't know. No, it's all actors. It's all fake. Newsmax never says a thing about it, so it's not real. Oh my God. So pulling the cards, what do you get? It's all about the mental spin, the loss, wanting to magically make a change. It's this emotional Yahoo, and in fantasy land, it's what you get, the whole thing. These are people that are in this mental spin, bought into the alphabet, you know, the alphabet drama, down the rabbit hole, and we all know what letter that is. I'm not saying it because it got one of my videos flagged, so I'm not saying that letter of the alphabet, but we all know what it is, and they have thoroughly bought into this. The question is, why? How can you buy into this stuff unless they think that they're so brilliant that they follow these drops, you know, of information, which is not information, and they concoct this fantasy story, okay? And it's, anytime these people get questions, it's just so bizarre, the things that they say. There are two militaries. There's the good military, which is controlled by Trump, and there's the bad military that's controlled by Biden. No, Biden's not really president. When he speaks the presidential seal, that's a fake one. It's not real. It's like, oh Lord, have mercy. So what I got in at the center of it, this is not surprised. Okay? I get the one that's usually on the horse charging forward, which for me means that they're running headlong, and this is a mind that's in spin, total spin, okay? And they're spinning on this abuse of power, which they want 45, the abuser in there, because he's strong. He's really strong, okay? And he's doing so much for the country. Where he did nothing but braggadocious about everything and nothing was done. Okay? But that's what they want, you know, and they want to think that they're holding this power. Okay? It's all about the mental spin and ideology of being strong. Okay, running roughshod, our great leader, and by virtue of that makes us strong. We're strong because we're bucking the tide, and he's a businessman, and he can run the country because, you know, he had this TV show, and he's tough, and so we're followers of this tough, and it makes us tough as well, okay? And you're just like, Lord have mercy. So going into it, you know, befooling America and American values above it, and wanting to manipulate change. And why? The challenge with that is they've faced loss and they're in fantasy land, okay? We want change. He lost, and they're in fantasy land about it. It's like, Lord have mercy. So the foundation of it is, this is all they talk about. This is the mental thing that they're locked into. the message, the mental message is all about the alphabet soup, okay, that they've followed, and they're unwilling to hear anything else. They are locked into this MAGA world, alphabet soup land of the Mad Hatter's Tea Party. And that's where they stay. The challenge is the Pandora's box of emotion they got themselves locked into and have cooled on the truth, okay? They don't want to hear anything. So they stay in their Pandora's box fantasy land of a drama, of wanting to make these radical changes and believing the alphabet soup thing about Democrats, that they are sacrificing children, drinking their blood, and I mean, just the most bizarre, ridiculous things that hold not 1 ounce of truth. And it's amazing that they stay locked in that fantasy land, but to them, they think they're fighting and they're stronger and they know more than somebody else, and nobody can tell them anything because they're smart enough to follow the drops and figure it all out. Now, they've all figured it out differently. Every time they talk to one of these people that are showing some Fruit Loop type of ideation, it's different. But each one of them knows, and I know the truth, and nobody can tell me because I'm smarter than the average person. And I'm following great leader. And look at what he's done for the country. And I think it's also airing to their grievances, their fears. It plays into their fears and their grievances and the drama. They don't want to believe in the vaccines. They don't want to believe in health care. They don't want to believe that people of other races are good people. They don't want to believe. They want to stay stuck in their grievance, their fears, their hates, their grievances, and they just are unwilling to open up and hear anything else. The whole reading was about being wrapped up in their emotions and their mental spin. That's it. Had nothing to do with, there was no pentacles, no reality in the world. It was nothing based on that at all. It was 99.9% all swords, which is mental spin, their mental spin they're in, fueled by the emotional drama and wanting to be the magician, wanting to be in ego, the magician, to make change, okay? To be able to be in control of something, okay? These are people that ultimately feel out of control in their lives and they want to control. That's the first thing on the path. You have the Fool, he starts looking, and immediately it's about what I want to become powerful. I want to become strong. I want to be able to be a magician. I want to wave a wand of change. And that's what they're stuck in. And unfortunately, they've hitched their star to the alphabet soup drama down the rabbit hole with Alice in the Mad Hatter's Tea Party. Oh my Lord. Will these people ever wake up? But yeah, it was all about the loss. Okay? All about the loss. Feeling loss in their lives. Trying to band with other people. Having that crowd. And then wanting to work on things in that crowd behind the scenes. Okay? Underneath of it, it's about judgment. Okay? Judgment. Okay? Hoping for a long-term benefit, but it's going nowhere. It's going nowhere. They think they're holding on to something. Yeah, it's about family, money, this and that, the Repugly Ugly Party, the fantasy, okay? We have the ones that are in the evil angel crowd as well, but it's skewed evangelicalism, about thinking about action and being totally tied up mentally. They are in the mental spin that comes rapidly, and they're looking for what? They're looking for somebody to put on a pedestal, which they've decided is the orange mango Mussolini, okay? Donnie Dark, the grand leader, because he tells them he is. Oh, Lord, it's just so bizarre. It is so bizarre. But again, it was amazing. The whole reading was being locked into this mental fabrication out of loss and wanting to control the magician. Fantasyland had nothing to do with reality. Absolutely nothing. Oh, Lord. Unbelievable. They weren't looking for real opportunity anywhere. And it wasn't about anything about genuine action. Okay? There was no genuine action or anything based on reality. Amazing. All mental spin. Their mind in the center of it is revolving quickly. You know, it's like just on this loop going. It's the hamster wheel, running at top speed, going nowhere, and feeling losses in their lives and wanting to control. And they've got nothing they control. They're not actually willing to do any kind of genuine action or grounded reality in the world. It was all about living in this constructed fantasy land down the rabbit hole at the Mad Hatter's Tea Party. So, yeah, I'm going to leave that here. I think kind of about says it all. What's going on with the MAGA mentality. For the ones that were, at this last rally. Oh, no, it was an event. It was an event. It wasn't large enough to be called a rally this time, so it was an event. They went to, and it was the most brilliant minds of MAGA that went to this event. Oh, mercy. On that note, I'm going to leave this here. There is very little hope. We need to get these people back in the real world because they are totally in a fantasy. Yeah, a fantasy of loss. Again, people feeling lost in their lives, out of control, that want to be able to control, and so they are in this mental constructed fantasy realm. There's more reality in Alice's Alice Wonderland than there is in their world. So I'm going to leave this here, but oh my goodness, no action, no reality, mental spin, loss, and wanting to control. Okay? Wanting a magic wand. Doesn't work that way. So on that note, I'm going to leave this here, and I'll see you online. Oh my Lord.